Welcome to my Algebra in 4 Minutes series. Today's lesson is factoring quadratic trinomials when a is not equal to 1. I'm Nadeem Merchant, a certified math teacher, and this is Math Dilemma. Okay, factoring quadratic trinomial expressions with an a value, not 1. Okay, so this a value could be 2, it could be any other number. In the previous video we did when a was 1, this one is when a can be any number. So factor by grouping is the method we're going to use. However, I'm also going to show you a trick method to make it much quicker. Alright, so let's get started. So 2x squared plus 3x minus 9 is the example. And the first step is to take the first number, the 2 here in this case, times the last number, which in this case is negative 9. And 2 times negative 9 is negative 18. And what are the factors of negative 18 that adds to 3? So we're going to take the factors of AC, which is negative 18. I've already listed the factors. And then which two numbers add to the middle number? So that would be the negative 3 and 6. And then instead of just writing the answer, we're actually going to split the 3x into those numbers, negative 3x and 6x. Please do not forget the x part, okay? We are splitting the 3x into negative 3x and 6x. All right, so here we go. Now we're just going to bring down the 2x squared and the negative 9. And this is called factor by grouping. So we're going to group the first two numbers and the last two numbers. And now we're going to find the greatest common factor of each one of these groupings separately. So the greatest common factor of 2x squared minus 3x is just x. The numbers have no greatest common factor other than 1, but I will tell you that the first grouping here will always have an x that you can pull out because this first term here has an x squared and the second one has just an x. So we're going to draw that. What are we left with once we factor out an x? We're left with 2x minus 3. All right, now let's factor out the greatest common factor here. Well, the greatest common factor here is a 3. And we're going to keep the plus in between. And so what are we left with? We should be left with what's in this parentheses. It's the same thing. And if you did not get the same thing between these two parentheses, if they're not the same thing, then you did something incorrectly, okay? Now we're going to, since those are both factors, we're actually going to factor that out. And that becomes one of our factors. And then what's left over, the x plus 3, becomes our other factor. Now I'm going to show you the trick. So the trick starts the same. It starts the same, where you have to take 2 times negative 9, get negative 18. What are the factors of negative 18 that adds to 3? The negative 3 and the 6. But from here, this is where it gets really easy. So if I take those two numbers, and instead of splitting the 3x into two numbers, what if I divide them by the leading coefficient of 2? I'm going to divide them by 2. And if they go in evenly, like this second one here does, if they go in evenly, then you're okay. 6 divided by 2 is 3, so this one is going to be x plus 3. And then over here, if it doesn't go in evenly, like 2 does not go evenly into negative 3, we're actually going to take this 2, bring it out front, in front of the x, and then we just keep the minus 3, and that's it. It should be the same answer as the other one. 2x minus 3, x plus 3. Thank you for watching. Stuff's going to be in the description below. More videos to come. See you on the next video.